Mayor and City Council of the City of Cottonwood for presentation of proclamations, awards, and introduction of new city employees to be held August 3rd, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. So first tonight we have a proclamation. It is declaring the month of August as Child Support Awareness Month. I don't believe we have anyone here this evening to accept the proclamation, but I'll go ahead and read it aloud. Whereas the City of Cottonwood joins the nation in recognizing August as Child Support Awareness Month and reaffirms its commitment to strengthening Arizona's families by providing child support services to improve the economic stability and well-being of children. And whereas the state of Arizona will always be committed advocates for our children whose safety and security remains top of mind. And whereas a child who receives emotional and financial support is more likely to feel safe and secure and is better equipped with the courage to be their very best in life. And whereas the Department of Economic Security Division of Child Support Services is robustly committed to putting Arizona's children first and to humbly serving Arizonans with excellence, respect, integrity, and kindness, as well as being an overall champion for economic growth and opportunity. And whereas the Department of Economic Security Division of Child Support Services is a strong advocate for shared parenting responsibilities because parents and children benefit when both parents are engaged with their child at every stage, regardless of marital status. And whereas strengthening individuals and families with an emphasis on fiscal responsibility promotes the safety and well-being of children, provides stability, improves the lives of children, and provides opportunities for families to be able to enhance their children's future. And whereas Child Support Awareness Month salutes diligent parents who spend time with their child and who make regular child support payments to safeguard the children's future, now therefore I, Tim Malinsky, Mayor of the City of Cottonwood, do hereby proclaim the month of August 2021 as Child Support Awareness Month. All right. We'll move on then to awards. We have some awards to give out tonight, as well as some new employees to introduce. So we're going to start with the Employee of the Quarter for the fourth quarter of 2020. We have Jennifer MATHE here with us to introduce the recipient. Is that correct?
Actually.
Oh my goodness, I have screwed up royally. Surprise, surprise. Spoiler alert. You may have won an award tonight, but I'll have Commander Braxton surprise you with this one, okay?
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the council. Yes, as you all probably have figured out, the fourth quarter award winner is our very own Jen MATHE, and quite honestly, there's probably not a better person that's deserving. Obviously, we have a lot of great employees, but just the fact that Jen touches so many facets of our police department, of the other city departments, and she does so with the shyness and the humbleness that cannot be understated. So in recognition of this, Jen was submitted last year, the fourth quarter, as part of the Verde Valley Shop with a Cop by Detective Sergeant Monica Colt. If you're familiar with her, you know that she has ran that program for the better part of 10 or 15 years. And with COVID, that sincerely threw a monkey wrench in a lot of the plans. And without Jen's help and assistance in providing countless volunteer hours, that wouldn't have been nearly a success as it was. And so we were able to shop. Actually, Jen was able to shop for over 140 deserving students and children within our communities, and also gift wrap a majority of the presents and assist in the delivery of those. So that's why she's deserving of the recognition in the fourth quarter. So.
Awesome.
I just want to say I did not shop for all 140 kids. I did have help, but thank you.
Council, would you all like to?
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Actually, shopping though. You could say right at Costco and everybody would see both of you.
It was a lot of shopping. Can I give you my list next year?
Thank you, Ashley.
And wait.
This time I'll try not to ruin it for anyone, okay? We, one more employee of the quarter. For the first quarter of 2021, we have Rick Contreras to introduce the secret employee. I'm not going to ruin it.
Cat's out of the bag. Mr. Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, Council, Rick Contreras, Cottonwood Fire. So here we are again, recognizing Fire Inspector John Westbrock. It wasn't that long ago that we were, through COVID, he got an award. This time I didn't nominate him. It was our battalion chief, A Shift, Troy Hoke. And Troy wrote that John was a very big part of the vaccine clinics that were happening at the Verde Christian Church. You may not know that when the pandemic struck, Cottonwood Fire was one of the very first fire agencies in the entire state to step up and volunteer in those clinics. And John was a huge part of that, as well as a lot of our other paramedics. So at that vaccine clinic, John was responsible for over 1,800 needle sticks. He was poking a lot of people there twice. And also he stepped up with the Cottonwood Oak Creek School District and because they needed to get their staff vaccinated, and John and some of our other paramedics stepped up and did that. While completing his task as fire inspector, he does an amazing job. We're very lucky to have him. He was a captain at Summit Fire a long time ago. And hey, we scored when we got him. So John responds back on multiple calls, fires, the other night, the flooding and all that. He's always very responsible. And he's very diligent about his training and excelling in his education. So again, we're very lucky to have him, and want to bring him up. John? Take yours.
No, I just do what everybody. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to serve our community. So I'm just fortunate to be here, but I wouldn't be able to be here without the other guys that stepped up and filled in some of the gaps to help get those vaccines as well. So thank you very much. Mr. Contreras, do you want to award it?
Chief? This is Gretchen, your wife.
Okay.
Because as everybody in this room can tell you, the family kind of suffers with this kind of job, but they understand and very supportive. And I said it last time, he has a great support system. I do.
And as you're getting ready for the pictures, nice try, he also does a lot of volunteering in the community with the swim team and otherwise. So we appreciate him and his family for giving back to Cottonwood.
You guys? Want to get up there?
Thank you so much.
I think we just did. Yeah.
I'd like to personally thank anybody here from the fire department to Carrie.
Just a quick story to emphasize how great those efforts were that John Westbrock made in our community to vaccinate folks. I know that Cottonwood Oak Creek School District was one of the first school districts in the state to get vaccinated, and Superintendent King was able to brag about that to his cohorts across the state and really made a big difference for their school district, so thank you. Yeah. All right, we have new employees to introduce.
I think Councilmember Wilson's having an issue
If we
down
can-
there.
If we can hold it together, we'll. All right. We have Ms. Rutschow is going to introduce our new police department advocate. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I am today thrilled to announce my newest volunteer. Her name's Leslie Stevens in the back row. Leslie and her husband Craig have lived in Cottonwood since 1998. She retired from Coldwell Banker Mayberry about 10 years ago But she has not stayed retired. Actually, Leslie, I ran across a saying this week that made me think of you about volunteers, and it's that we make a living by what we get, we make a life by what we give. Leslie's no stranger to volunteering. She was a CASA volunteer and board member for 10 years. She directed the volunteers for the Verde Valley Humane Society. She was a volunteer coordinator for Verde Valley Sanctuary. She did their groups, she answered crisis calls, and now she's ours. And we're thrilled to have her. She'll be staffing our office at the municipal court, and she'll also be at the PD with me. So welcome, Leslie.
Awesome. Now, Leslie, we'd love to meet you if you'd care to come up and introduce yourself. We take a lot of pride in our volunteers, so we'd sure like to put a...
She's very shy.
This is Leslie.
Hi there. Hi there. Hi, Tosca. Looking forward to this. It just seems like a great fit, and so far it's been wonderful. It's only been a couple weeks, but I'm excited.
Thank you. We're really glad to have you. We have a lot of great volunteers here that help the city out, and you're in great company. So thanks for joining the force. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, Commander Dowell, you're up next to introduce your new officers. I appreciate you outdressing the manager. That's good.
There's a story
Duly noted, duly noted.
behind that, but we won't go into that tonight. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. So I have the pleasure of introducing 3 new police officers tonight. We'll start out with Jesse Whedom. Jesse Whedom just came to us, in fact, this last week. Right? He moved to Cottonwood in 2010 from California, and he's here now, and began his career with the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office as a detention officer. In 2014, he attended NARDA and was assigned to patrol in the Verde Valley, again with the Sheriff's Office. During his time as a patrol deputy, he was a full-time field training officer, where he assisted in training 18 new deputies in the on the Verde side. He was assigned to the SWAT team in 2016 and became an explosive breacher. He's obtained numerous certifications for SWAT, including explosive breacher. His final assignment with the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office was as a narcotic detective with PANT. That's where I met him as a canine officer, and I worked fairly close with him in those efforts. He's married with 5 children. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to take count as I talk about all the children. So 5 children. His wife, Tara, works at VVMC in the emergency department as an RN. She's been at VVMC for about 8 years. She has lived in Cottonwood her whole life and was actually born at VVMC. They have 2 boys and 3 girls. Their oldest is 10 and the youngest is 5, and they are starting school at Mountain View Preparatory here in Cottonwood. So I'd like to welcome Jesse Whedom.
I'm excited to be here and thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to continue my service to the community with the police department. So thank you.
Welcome. Sounds like we're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Again, we're very excited. He was a lateral from YCSO, which helped us get him on board quickly. Next, I'd like to introduce Stephen Wagner. Well, here we are again. He was born in Southern California, and he grew up on the central coast of California. At 17, he joined the Army. When he got out, he continued his mechanic career, and he has a passion for anything with engines. In January 2015, he began working for the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office at Camp Verde Jail. In 2018, he was promoted to the rank of sergeant. In 2019, he became a YCSO Detention Academy sergeant, and also in 2019, he rejoined the Army with the 19th Special Forces Group. After about a year, he transferred to his current unit, the 856 Military Police Company in Prescott, so he could be closer to home. His wife and him met in high school, where they became best friends, and they began dating in their early 20s. He got married in 2011 and have 5 beautiful children. So if you're taking count, that's 10 we've added to the family tonight. He has lived in the Prescott area for about 8 years, and he's happy to have established deep roots in our community. So welcome, Officer Wagner.
Thank you, everyone. I'm excited to start my career in the patrol world here in Cottonwood, and hopefully we'll be here in 25 years.
Awesome. Welcome aboard.
Something I failed to mention with Officer Wagner is he broke his hand in the academy, his shooting hand. He still finished the academy as a number 2 shot in the class. So just a little left or right-handed, he's a shot, so keep an eye on him. Okay, that brings me to Officer David Holden. Officer Holdsworth and Officer Wagner both came from the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office as detention officers together, so they were kind of a package deal. They attended the academy together as well, and he was the number 1 shot in the academy, in case anybody has any questions. So we had number 1 and number 2. David Holdsworth, 29 years old. He is the father of 2 boys and 1 beautiful little girl, and he has another boy due in October. So if we're counting, that takes us to 14 now, right? So we brought 3 employees over and added 14 additional kids to the family, so it's great. Prior to working here, he was employed by the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office for 6 years and worked at the detention center in Camp Verde. He's been employed with the Cottonwood Police Department since December 1st of last year. This January, he attended NARDA and obviously graduated number 1 shot, and the overall 2 somewhere in there? No? I think you're number 1. He says he's never been treated as well as he has been here, and his department feels more like family than he's ever seen. And I'll let him go into more of that. Oh, and by the way, he's not from California. He's originally from Washington, so.
Thank you for having me. Honestly, I got into it a little bit in this. I didn't really know how this was going to go, but this department in this city has been very welcoming and honestly a wonderful place to be. I just recently bought my first house here, and I plan on staying in this community for a long time. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. Welcome. Thank you, Commander Dowell. Appreciate the introduction, and I'm glad that we have 14 potential candidates for our dispatch center. I know a lot of our new employees have their families here. Would you like to come up with council and have one photo taken with all the new employees and your families? Council, do you mind going back down one more time? Debbie, can you handle it?
She's late.
She spilled all that water all over herself.
I think so.
You know, Debbie, that's what the cap is. The cap, right? You know what that's for? It's salty.
Did you want your family story? Mr. Holt, I was born at San Diego. Is that which one? Yeah. No. She respectfully, no clients.
Can you get a song? Yep.
Okay, there we go. Got it.
Yes.
Well, that's it for this pre-meeting. We're going to be back again at 6 here shortly to conduct some more business. So thanks to everyone. Welcome aboard, and welcome aboard to our volunteer. We appreciate all of your efforts here, and what a great city we live in.